I read the book The Firm by John Grisham. It was basically about a guy named Mitchell McDeere who graduated from Harvard. He graduated as the top 3% of his class. He's getting recruited by all these different law firms in Memphis, New York, LA, basically all over the country. They all want him. But he decides to go to the one in Memphis because they're offering him more money, like over $100,000, new BMWs, new houses. They're paying off all his student loans, just giving him all sorts of money. And he likes it. He really does like it. But while he's there, some really strange things start to occur. First, 2 of the partners at the law firm just die off the face of the earth in a scuba diving accident in the Cayman Islands, which is bizarre for personally because you never really hear of that. And so that kind of starts the entire suspicion of everything. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And as the book goes on, they're wiretapping his phones, tracking his every moves. They're basically stalkers. They're a funding firm for a mob in Chicago. They're laundering their money. It's crazy. They're giving them all sorts of tax evasion things, giving them loopholes, all sorts of stuff. You know, as the book goes on, he starts to realize it. Some other crazy stuff happens. Soon the FBI gets in, which is kind of bizarre too, but what are you going to do, right? The government's kind of in everyone's business. Main characters. 1. Mitchell McDeere, child prodigy, boy genius, graduates from Harvard at the age of 23. Takes a job in Memphis, Tennessee. For some rare reason, there's nothing there, but he's making a ton of money. And they're basically stalkers, the firm. That's what they are. They wiretap his house, take pictures of him, basically everything. And as it goes on, he begins to realize this, and it really makes him think about the morality of the firm itself. He becomes paranoid, becomes schizophrenic, starts seeing things. He doesn't know what to believe and what to not believe from what they're saying. He thinks that they're their friends, but they're not friends. And that's basically the entire thing behind it. He doesn't know whether to trust them or to not trust them. And the FBI comes in, but he doesn't know to trust them or not to trust them because he doesn't know how safe they are either. So, psychology in this book. There was a lot. Mitchell McDeere suffers from severe anxiety. And he's panicking, he's schizophrenic. And it's all due to the firm and the psychological aspect behind it. They're basically tormenting him because he knows the truth, but they don't know that. And so he's basically driving himself insane. He becomes paranoid, schizophrenic. There's one scene where he starts seeing things that aren't actually there. Like there's a man that's driving up and he's kind of freaking out, but it's actually no one. It's just a regular person. But he thinks it's someone from the firm that's watching him. Whenever it's really not. He's starting to basically drive himself insane. So the quote I'm choosing from this book is from Avery Tovar, who's a partner of the firm, and he knows what's going on, but he's decided to tell Abby, Mitchell's wife, about it. And he says, Abby, the girl on the beach was a setup, and they do things like that in case other enticements don't work. That basically means that the firm is controlling everything. They're control freaks. The girl on the beach was a setup, and she was supposed to seduce Mitchell in the bed, and just so they could blackmail him, basically. And he does that, or she does that. And they have pictures of it, they show him pictures of it, and eventually he decides to come clean, but she still doesn't believe it. So the big question is, would I recommend this to a friend or an enemy? Probably an enemy because of the psychological torment behind it. It's really freaky. The stalking nature behind it, and they're basically pedophiles. I mean, they're freaking me out, really, right now. It's beyond crazy.